We're
Hey,
live.
beautiful.
Let's just see here if we're live on X. Give me a second. Yep, we are live, guys. We are officially live. I don't know what was our problem before, but we are live.
It's a
Timer,
computer technical
built-in timer.
difficulty.
Better late than never, right? So we are
Mhm.
live. Good to have you guys on the show. Welcome back. I'm here with my co-host Nash Cowboy and King Earl. We were having some technical difficulties. They didn't want you to show us. They didn't want us to show you what is happening with Bitcoin and what is happening with Trump. But too bad. We're here and we're going to talk about it, guys. Congratulations. America's great again, isn't it?
It is definitely getting there.
It's definitely getting there. We're going to talk about why it's getting there. And it's mainly because of this man right here, Donald J. Trump, the new president of America, the 47th president of America. He was the 45th president. He's now the 47th president. And the people have spoken. So I want to go through today's show is going to be more about Bitcoin and crypto and Trump winning this election because that is the biggest news. And we haven't been live for a couple of weeks. We've been really busy. Obviously, we've been really focused on crypto, and all of our crypto portfolios are exploding. So it's a very exciting time. But I want to start with you guys because you guys are both in America. And we'll start with you, King Earl. What does this mean for America now that Trump has won the election? As an American, what does this mean for you?
Well, it's kind of like
Country. I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
God bless America. Let's go.
let's fucking go. It's time we were back, baby.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. It's exciting times, and I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not American, but I might be soon. My daughter looks like she'll be going to the United States for her education, so I will be going into America as much as possible. And who knows? Maybe one day I'll get sponsored and I'll be American too, and I'll be able to celebrate with you guys.
Well, we're going to have a whole year in 2025, so any day that you come, then, it should be a celebration.
Hey man, I was just there for the weekend. Last weekend, I was in Washington, in Seattle, Washington, and I absolutely loved it. I'm a big fan of America. Always have been, always will be. And all I can say is God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. God bless the whole Trump family. God bless Elon Musk for everything he did to help Trump win. I think that he really put him over the top. And Nash Cowboy, what do you think about this? What is your feelings right now as a red-blooded American that wants to make America great? Are you excited about the fact that Trump is now in office?
I am. I mean, he's already laid out some pretty bold things that he wants to do, and my goodness, I'm loving it. Uh, a lot of people are gonna hate it. A lot of people are gonna love it. I'm on the loving it side. It's time to bring back some morality to America. Time to bring back some financial gains to America. Time to bring back a lot of things, and hopefully he can do a lot of it in the short 4-year term that he has. But world leaders are already calling him, saying, "Hey, we'll get into that. I'm sure. I'm ready. I'm ready."
Yeah, so it's been just a crazy, crazy run, and it's a very exciting time. And Trump has also decided that he wants to become the first Bitcoin president in American history. And that is one of the major reasons why I'm excited that Trump won, because I'm a holder of Bitcoin. I'm an investor in crypto. You guys are investors in crypto. And look at Bitcoin, guys. We had the little circle there where I predicted that Bitcoin was going to explode. You guys predicted Bitcoin was going to explode. We all predicted Bitcoin and cryptos would explode. And exactly as predicted, on cue, Bitcoin has exploded. And look, I got this little circle and I said, Bitcoin's going to go explode through the circle. And look, it's exploding through the circle. And I have it circled before when the last time Bitcoin exploded, and I told you it was going to explode again because it's following a pattern. And guess what? It's following the pattern exactly as predicted. And the fact that Donald Trump wants to become a Bitcoin president is only adding fuel to the fire, only makes it that much bigger, only makes it that much better. But we also predicted and thought it was going to go up anyways. So this only makes it better. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the fact that Bitcoin is exploding? We're at all-time highs. Right now, Bitcoin is at, let's take a look. We are at 80,700 for Bitcoin right now. We were just about to hit 81,000 when we started to go live. We are trading at all-time highs for Bitcoin. Never in its history has it traded over 80,000 until today, and we're here for it. And what do you guys think about this? We'll start with you, Earl.
Well, I think that the FOMC numbers coming out where they actually dropped the rates down a quarter of a pump, kind of got through on the back burner, but I think that it's helping lead and charge the market here at the end after we have the big presidential pump. So what you're continuing to see is that people are now turning that greed index all the way up, and they're ready for the pump, and Bull Simber is going to be amazing, and we'll see how that goes, and see what kind of juicies Santa Claus brings us. But it just goes to show you that the election went great. I view that if Trump had not won the election, that you would not be seeing the 81 that we're about to hit here in a sneeze. But I think we would have been a little bit more on the back burner before the actual pop off. Not that the election would have stopped it, but it would have just decreased the volatility of the increase.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you there. Nash Cowboy, what do you think about this huge move for Bitcoin? What does this mean for you? Are you excited about this? Are you celebrating? Is this because of Trump? Was this going to happen anyways? What do you think about this?
It depends on where you're looking. I'm looking at CoinGecko, says $80,837. So I mean, we've talked about this. This was going to rise no matter what. I think Trump can definitely bring more money into a market. The last time he was elected president, the same thing happened as well. We had some really good gains right at the start. But I think with or without him, Bitcoin has a cycle, and it's going to do what Bitcoin does. And I think, yes, it could contribute, but I think it's mostly just Bitcoin's normal cycle. I mean, let's go. We said October, November, possibly into December is going to start taking off. And I mean, it's there. We're in November, and it's on a rise, and it's going to rise. And now's the time to make some massive gains, and I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Yeah, well, there's a guy that really did a lot to help Donald Trump. His name is Elon Musk, and he's one of the richest, most powerful, most influential men in the world. And we said it, we talked about it. We're like, when you get this man on your team, you are going to win, because Elon Musk is a winner. I mean, he's proven it over and over and over again. All he ever does is win. He is the most successful man on the planet, right? He's turned Tesla into the most successful electric vehicle company of all time. He's now doing crazy things with SpaceX. He's doing crazy things with Neuralink. He's doing crazy things with Twitter, now called X, making it the #1 news platform in the world in like a year. I mean, the man just is transformative. He is a game changer. When Trump added Elon Musk, I thought that was the end. That was the victory right there, because Elon Musk has 200 million followers on X alone. 200 million followers. That's a major advantage. That's a major reach that Kamala doesn't have, that Biden doesn't have. And I think that that's one of the major reasons why he won this election. Do you guys agree with me or disagree with me with that statement? Start with you, Earl.
Well, I mean, even the Democrats, they're saying they screwed the pooch because they stuck to the door-to-door knocking salesman pitch, and they just were laughing at us that, they were going on the internet to try to do the social media thing. And, they should have already known, because after all their cancel culture that they have tried implementing with the weaponization of the justice system, the freedom of speech, and the weaponization by kicking off Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, Bill O'Reilly, to include Donald Trump off of social media platforms,
Donald
they should have
Trump, yeah.
already known what the outreach would have been, right? So they should have known that they screwed the pooch when they weren't doing it. They just couldn't get any of the influencers to do it and to actually join them, because Elon was already flipped the script and backed them up, and they didn't know where to begin, because who are the major people that are going to back you up? And to be, I mean, fuck it, Donald Trump is president now. When you got a gay faggot liberal who's fucking being put on a Budweiser can, is that who you're going to go for as your fucking, moderate fucking libtard that's going to be fucking bringing you in? That's not going to be a good influencer. Who else do you have? You have, Cardi B, who talks about how far she can shove her finger up her asshole and clean it out. It's
This is a
who
PG
are you
show.
going to use?
Let's keep it PG. Let's keep it PG. We don't want to get banned. We're on a lot of platforms here. Let's keep it
But
PG. Let's keep it PG.
who are you going to use? That is what they were trying to instill upon you. That is what their platform was.
Shocking. It was shocking. I mean, it's like it was all the P. Diddy party guests and Epstein files people.
It's a P. Diddy A-list.
And now Trump wants to go after all of them. He wants to drain the swamp. Can you believe that? He is going to drain the swamp. So everybody's worst fear has been realized with Trump winning. Because not only is Trump going to make America great, so all these people that are trying to destroy America, you're screwed, because he ain't going to do anything but make America great. And all those people that you mentioned that got banned from social media, he's bringing them into the government. Elon Musk, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, they're all going into the government. Alex Jones, who's been removed off every single social media platform, Trump is bringing him into the government. Can you believe that?
As he should. I mean, the man gets so much information, compiles it, floats through everything with his contacts and his resources. The man would be great if he's actually implemented him into an anti-propaganda role within the American government, with the amount of information that he actually sees, where he can sift through it and actually come to the realization, of what other countries are actually trying to implement with their think tanks and their liberal parts, to include the KGB with their massive networking organization of Russian misinformation, to include, the RT or Reuters network. Why is that listed as just a propaganda machine? They were speaking more truth to the American people and to the world. Just the Biden-Harris administration didn't want to hear it, because it was actually being funded as a world news organization and had backdoor funding by Russia. It's one of the same reasons they targeted, the Telegram leader. So, it has to stop somewhere. That you can't shut down freedom of press. You just have to give out the information that, yes, they might be a biased source. I mean, when are they going to shut down CNN, ABC? Donald Trump didn't try to do that. You have to let them be there, but you have to show that it's a propaganda machine. And whether they're still going to report the news in an adequate and in a fair, judgmental way, without making it an actual opinion piece, and make it journalism. And that's how you have to start bringing it back. And I think Alex Jones would be great for that role.
It's just crazy. I'm just waiting for him to bring in Andrew Tate now. Take all the people that have been banned off social media and put them all into the government. Andrew Tate's already said he's going to move to America. So for all these people, we got a list. I'm going to go give you a list of all the people said that they were going to leave America if Trump won. It's a big list. And I hope they leave. I hope you guys all leave. But I can tell you there's a ton of people that are going to come to America now because of Donald Trump, including people like Andrew Tate, including people like me that are like super excited that America is going to be great again, that Trump is going to clean out the swamp and eliminate all the nonsense. Nash Cowboy, what do you think about all this? What's your opinion on all this, on Elon Musk and everything that's going on?
I think it's great. You know, the list of people that's going to be infiltrated into the government are people that I've looked up to for a while. Anyway, I mean, all of them. They've all got their certain sects that they can help, and it's things that have been lacking in government for a long time. We've gotten ourselves into the situation we're in because we've got too much big government and not enough normality. And I think they're going to bring a little normality back to the government. And you know, there's a lot of things that need to be done. I think Donald Trump's starting off right. He's already in contact, like I said, with a lot of world leaders. They're contacting him, he's contacting them, and they're trying to work some things out before he even gets there. So we've got till January left on this run, and once he's in, I think we're going to see some major changes. And I'll be grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater the whole time, you know. So let's do it. I'm ready.
And one thing that's crazy is, you know, I've spoken to a lot of people and they still will not give up on the fact that they're trying to impeach Trump. They're going to do this to Trump. They're going to do that to Trump. They're going to try to kill Trump. They're still trying to stop him. They're still trying to stop him from getting into office because he's not officially in office. He is the president-elect, and he won't be president until January. So realistically, Biden is still the president. And Biden, you're still the president. You know that, right, Biden?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I have a prediction that they're going to try and impeach Trump right off the rip.
I mean, I've been hearing it. They're going to do everything they can to stop this, despite the fact that the stock market's on all-time highs. Bitcoin's at all-time highs. Countries are bowing to his feet. Like, immediately, the very first day, Putin says, yeah, we'll use the U.S. dollar. Where was that over the last 4 years? Everybody was moving away from the U.S. dollar with Biden as president. Day one, Trump calls up Putin. Putin says, yeah, we'll use the U.S. dollar. Day one. He's not even the president yet. He's already got Russia agreeing to use the U.S. dollar. What does that mean for BRICS, right? And all these world leaders are already speaking on Trump, already talking about the Hamas war with Israel and Iran and Palestine. They're saying there's a ceasefire immediately, and like now Zelensky and Putin are talking about ending the war. Like, this has been days in. We're days in, and all of this is happening already. I can tell you, as a Canadian, Canada is running scared. Okay, Trudeau, who nobody likes, and hopefully he's next to leave, right? Because we need to make Canada great. He's scared. I was gonna say a bad word. He's scared of Trump. He's already created a special committee just to deal with Trump because he knows that Trump does not like him, as he should not like him, because he's a dictator himself. So there's a special committee that's been created immediately as Trump won just to deal with Trump, because Trump has already said he's going to be putting tariffs on every single country that does business within America, 10% tariffs. And the number one partner that does trading and business with America is Canada. So that means Canada could be getting a 10% tariff on all the business we do with America, which happens to be the number one country that we do business with, which would be catastrophic for the Canadian economy. There's a major problem here for Canada right now. And the Canadian dollar is very weak to the US dollar. And the US dollar is getting stronger versus the Canadian dollar. So that's affecting the Canadian economy. And I know as a Canadian, when I go and I travel, my Canadian dollar doesn't stretch as far anymore because the Canadian dollar just keeps getting weaker and weaker and weaker, which is why I believe we need a new prime minister in Canada, and we need to make Canada great again. We need to get rid of Trudeau, just like the United States got rid of Biden and got rid of the idea of Harris, which was just a bad idea completely. And you can see it already with what's happening in the stock market, all-time highs. What's happening in Bitcoin and crypto, all-time highs. What's happening with global leaders scrambling because America is no longer weak with a president who's nowhere to be found, sitting on a beach. Like, who is Biden? He's the worst president in the history of America. He did absolutely nothing. And now you got a president who has been elected, who isn't even in the office yet, and he's done more in a few days than Biden did in 4 years, and that Kamala did in 4 years. I mean, if you can't be honest with yourself and realize what Trump has done already, then you're living in denial. I mean, it's obvious. The results are there right in front of everybody's face. And yet they still are doing everything they can to try to, and I hear it from people that are Canadian that hate Trump, or people that are American that hate Trump. The rhetoric and the denials and the hate is so strong. They're going to do everything they can to bring this man down because they're afraid of the fact that he's going to bring America up. Why are so many people afraid of America being great? What is wrong with people? Why do they not want America to be great? I'm so confused. What do you guys
The only
think?
thing I worry about is they bring in another pandemic to bring things down.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. I mean, we just got past this last one, and there's a lot of people stupid enough that are still taking these damn vaccines. I mean, they just announced in Canada that a record amount of vaccines were taken this year. I'm like, what? Isn't COVID finished? Like, why are people taking vaccines? What is going on? I don't understand. I don't understand what's wrong with people. I can't speak for other people, but I can tell you I'm not vaxxed, either of my children, and keep your vaccines away from me and my family. That's all I can say about that.
Absolutely.
That's just absolutely insane. Now let's get into this because this is kind of funny. I want to get into this. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So this is the list of people that said that they would leave America if Donald Trump won. Let's go through this list. It's a big list. Pretty big names on this list. All right. John Bon Jovi, Kelly Rowland, Taylor Swift. Hey, Taylor, see you later. Right? Bruce Springsteen, Barbara Streisand, John Legend, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, Ariana Grande, Keisha, Jennifer Lopez, Cher, Eminem, Lady Gaga, Snoop Dogg, Bette Midler, Usher, Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Mark Anthony, the Foo Fighters, Cardi B on the list a second time. She wants to leave twice. Smokey Robinson, Pink, Madonna, Michael Stipe, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera. That's just singers. How about actors? Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, Oprah Winfrey, Jessica Alba, Jeff Bridges, Christy Brinkley, Mel Brooks, Jane Fonda, Mark Hamill, Eva Longoria, Leonardo DiCaprio. A lot of these guys were at the Diddy parties, eh? And on Epstein Island. I'm noticing a trend here. And by the way, Trump wants to make that list on Epstein Island public and put everyone in jail. I wonder why they want to leave. Will Smith. Funny. George Clooney, Ben Stiller. Aren't these all the biggest actors and singers in the world? Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Spike Lee, Ron Perlman, Ashton Kutcher, Sean Penn, Amy Schumer, Ellen Barkin, Arnold Schwarzenegger wants to leave. Is he not the governor? Jennifer Aniston, Alan Ritchson, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Don Cheadle, Ken Jeong, Harrison Ford, Ellen Barkin, Demi Moore, and Will Ferrell. Those are actors.
There's two that disappoint me there: Bon Jovi and Christy Brinkley. Other than that, they could leave anyway. But the other two, they disappoint me.
They can all leave. How about personalities? Mark Cuban, Kathy Griffin, Whoopi Goldberg, Sonny Hostin, Joy Bayer, Amy Schumer, Ellen DeGeneres, George Lopez, Keith Olbermann, Al Sharpton, Joe Scarborough, Chrissy Teigen, Barbara Bush, LeBron James. See you, LeBron. What are you going to do? You're going to quit from the NBA? Like, really?
You go to North Korea.
Anna Navarro, Sarah Haynes, Alyssa Fair Griffin, Rosie O'Donnell, Martha Stewart, Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper. These guys are all going to leave CNN? Mike Pence, Joy Reid. Like, guys, see you later. Right? Like, do
Like I
any of you
said-
guys, do you guys care if any of these people leave?
Like I said, there was two that disappointed me there: Bon Jovi and Christy Brinkley.
I couldn't care less.
Bon
I couldn't care less.
Jovi's
Let them all
an
leave.
icon.
Let them all leave.
Christy Brinkley was one of my boyhood crushes. So, yeah. But sayonara,
Jessica
that's all I
Alba.
can say.
She can go. They can all go.
Yeah.
They can all go.
So,
You know.
Do you
And
think
I'm
they're
tired of-
actually going to leave? Do you actually think they're going to leave?
no, I seen
they-
one on YouTube last night that was like different, or on TikTok, I think. Was defending. He's like, I'm not really going. This is my country. I'm not going to leave. Blah blah blah.
Man,
They're
look at the
gonna
view.
leave
They
if
came
they have
out
something to
dressed in
hide.
all black, mourning the fucking election. In all
They're
black.
They're going to leave if they have something to hide, right? If they're
Well, they were already burning houses in Ventura, California, that were big, massive houses that were supposedly might have been celebrity homes.
Yeah, if they're part of the Epstein list, if they're part of the Diddy list, that's the real reason why they're going to leave. They're not leaving because of Donald Trump. They're leaving because they got something to hide, and they might have to go to jail.
Tom Hanks is now a resident of Greece, from what I understand. So he's been gone for a while.
Yeah, because they're leaving because they're part of the Epstein list.
Mhm.
And I've seen the videos of LeBron James dressed in women's clothing, dressed like a maid, going to Diddy parties. You know he's all caught up in all that nonsense. So a lot of these guys have a lot of things to hide. That's the real reason why they're leaving. They're not leaving because Trump is going to make America great. Why would you leave if someone is doing something to make America great?
I never liked LeBron James anyway.
Right? It's like he's making America great. We're leaving. They're finally making America great. We're leaving. Like, we wanted to stay when it sucked, but we're gonna leave when it gets great. Like, it blows my mind when I look at this list and I'm like, good riddance. See y'all later. What have you done for me lately? Absolutely nothing. What have these rich people done for everyone else in America? Absolutely zero. Zero. So if you want to leave because Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and Dana White and Alex Jones want to make America great again, see you later. Nice
I mean,
knowing
you have to
you.
look at it, right? But because it wasn't even, an hour into the election, Bitcoin was reaching all-time highs, right? The
Yep.
U.S. dollar strengthened all the way up, all over the board in the first 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how quick of a flip of a script it was. Is that immediately, that should tell you how far and how bad and how weak the world viewed America.
That's right. Because Biden is a weak president who was nowhere to be found, sitting on a beach. No one even knows if he's even alive anymore. Half the time they say he's wearing a mask or it's a double. And the reality is he was a weak president. Everybody did whatever they wanted to America over the last 4 years. President Trump is the complete opposite of weak. He is strong. He's survived multiple assassination attempts. This man has been bankrupt like 6 times, and he's lived to talk about it, and he's worth billions of dollars. He's been the president of America twice now against all odds. This is a man that is the complete opposite of weak. He's not a walkover. You can't roll over. You're not going to just put anything over Trump. Now he's got a team of guys like Joe Rogan, Dana White, Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk helping him. You think that that's not going to make America a superpower again? America's always been a superpower. Now this is when America becomes the most powerful country in the world without question over the next 4 years. My biggest thing is what happens after Trump, because we've seen what happened after Trump last time. How do you keep that momentum up? I say Elon be the next president. I say Trump, start grooming Elon now. I say after Trump's 4 years, make Elon the next president. That's
He
what I
can't.
say.
Elon can't be the next president. He wasn't born here.
Hey man,
Correct.
either was Obama. They made
Yeah,
him the
but,
president.
but we couldn't prove it.
They made him the
Supposedly.
president, right? So I mean, like it's like I'm just
Well, we
saying.
have to
you need-
start by the example that was set, right? We know when America was at part of its weakest. We know who the wolves were, right?
Yeah.
The moment the moment that Biden botched the Afghanistan pullout, China was flying 18 fighter jets over Taiwanese airspace within 24 hours. Within 24 hours. We cannot let them continue to build strength and try to be a powerhouse if they're going to take the moments of weakness that America might show due to the American people's dereliction of duty of keeping America strong and great and powerful and losing some of its military strength. We have to send the message that we see what you did. We see you lurking in the bushes, and now you will face the consequences, right? We have to send that fucking message. Plain and simple.
Okay, I want to show you
And
guys
it all
something.
starts there.
When
This is
Biden
crazy.
pulled out of there, that was pretty weak. That was weaker than my pullout game, and I got 6 kids, and it kind of definitely put a yeah.
I want to
we
show
need
you
to
guys
start
something.
thinking.
Since Trump became president, we all got rich on crypto. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted Trump to become president. Look at this. So Bitcoin's at 80,000 all-time highs, right? Up 5% right now. Shiba Inu,
Uh-huh.
time to celebrate, guys. Up 31%. Doge is at 29 cents. It's up 33%. Why is Doge up so much, guys?
Because of Elon, and it actually moved up one rank on the total. I think it went to what, number 7, or from number 9 to number 8 on the overall.
It's on fire because Elon Musk's position within the government is the Department of Government Efficiency, which spells Doge. And guess what? Doge is exploding. You think that's by mistake? It's all connected, guys. Everybody's jumping into Doge right now. The entire crypto market is on fire. Doge is up 33% right now. Floki's up 29% right now. Cardano, which I hold and I'm very excited about, is up 24% right now. This is just on the day. EOS up 22%. Bonk up 22%. Crow up 21%. KAS up 18%. Polkadot up 17%. Gala up 11%. Pepe up 15%. Atom up 14%. Vet up 14%. Whiff up 14%. Sui up 12% at all-time highs. Ondo up 12%. Bitcoin Cash up 11%. Algo up 11%. Mana up 11%. Theta up 10%. Quant up 9%. Everything is on fire. Well, you don't want this? You don't want everything to explode? I mean, this is what we want. We want to make money. This is exactly why we wanted Trump to be president, because we want to make money. And ever since Biden became the president, we weren't making money. The markets weren't explosive like this. The markets weren't doing this. It was when Trump was the president that the market was doing this. And Trump is president again. And now the market is on fire. Look, Solana, all-time highs. Like, this is what we needed. We needed Trump to come back to shock the markets, shock the world, shock the governments, clean the swamp. And let's talk about cleaning the swamp. I got a list here of
One of
all
the only things
things
down is gold at 1.8%.
Yeah, and that's not even down much. But look at this. Look at this. Trump is making his move, and he's making it quickly. I'm going to read these 10 steps that Trump announced that he's going to do immediately now that he's the president. And this is epic. Okay? So this is what he calls his 10-point plan to unravel the deep state. This is what gets me the most excited. It's time to clean up the garbage, okay? Not just in America, but in the whole world. And he's going to clean up the deep state. Step number 1, restore the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats. Huge. Number 2, fire corrupt actors in national security and intelligence apparatus. Massive. Number 3, reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. Like when they got a warrant to go kill a freaking squirrel and a raccoon, and they killed Peanut. I mean, Trump was really angry about that. Number 4, establish Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption. Number 5, crack down on government leakers who collude with the fake news, CNN, MSNBC,
John Kelly.
Oh my God, there's so much. I can't even break it all down. Okay, so crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. Number 6, make every inspector general's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee. Number 7, ask Congress to establish independent auditing system to monitor our intelligence agencies and ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people. Can you not see how important this all is? Number 8, move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside Washington, just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado. Number 9, ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate, like Big Pharma. He's trying to take down Big Pharma. I mean, they need to protect this man. They're
He did
going
a
to go
good job
after
of
him.
it the last time. He brought some massive costs down, and of course, when Biden got in, that switched right back to the way it was. But
Yep.
yeah, I think he does need to go after big pharma, but in a mass way. They control a lot of the world. People don't realize it.
And number 10, push for constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. Love it. I love everything that he talked about there. This is needed, and this is what Trump is going to do to unravel the deep state in America. King Earl, what do you think about this 10-step plan?
I like the 10-step plan, especially where it goes into the FISA courts. As far as intelligence agencies collecting, that's a deep-rooted issue that goes back several years, back to the 80s. I think there's going to be a little bit of pushback there, because it's going to continue to happen. But if he can get the FISA court actually done, that will help secure it in a way. Because collection on U.S. intelligence or by U.S. intelligence on its people will always happen, because you can't find a threat within yourself if you don't monitor yourself. It's just about taking actions to actually target or create targeting envelopes or packages to directly listen to each individual person rather than all the noise. And especially after 9/11 happened, Bush pushed part of that in, but it was the FISA courts that were supposed to have saved us. So I think that with the implementation of restructuring of the FISA courts, and I think that should be sufficient enough to take control of the intelligence agencies to the point of what he's actually trying to accomplish. Past that, it's great plans. I would love to see some of the more bureaucratic places actually sprawled out across America, where it's not just one big bullseye point across the globe. Like the Department of Energy could very simply just move to Texas, right?
Yep.
Because
That'd be huge.
they supply 50% of our fuel to America. Why are they not in Texas? I know we got a Department of Homeland Security over in Dallas, Texas. you know, but past that, why don't we have more jobs? Like when I was offered to come work with some of the associated contracting development companies, I only turned them down because I do not want to move to Washington, D.C. So if they had some of the jobs that were actually sprawled out across America in a better situation, I might have taken them up on that opportunity. And it's one of those things like I don't know California offered as well.
Sorry, Earl,
And
you're
then,
cutting out there.
it's the
Hey,
places they're associated with.
sorry, Earl, you're
All
you're
right.
cutting out
It's just the
there.
places that can you
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit there. We'll wait till you get into a better area. Nash, what do you think about
Mhm.
this?
I think that a lot of those things need to be done. When you mentioned term limits and stuff like that, that's a big one for me because, like Nancy Pelosi, for instance, she just got reelected for her 20th term or some crap like that. Like she needs to go.
She's made enough money, right? Getting
I don't know.
inside
I don't
inside
know. I don't know
information.
what has to be done. I don't know the technicalities on it. Earl's definitely better equipped to talk about that. But something needs to be done to give these people term limits. If a president can only serve 2 terms, I don't see why any member of Congress should be able to either.
I agree.
But a lot of things need to be done to restructure the whole output of the government, bring spending down, all kinds of stuff. There's obviously been a lot of corruption in our government and other people's governments as well. You know that from Canada. Uh, we got to do something. If a car isn't running right, you rebuild it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This machine needs rebuilt, but in a way that we don't demolish the Constitution. Because the Constitution was the most beautiful, real piece of artwork ever, and I don't want to destroy it. A lot of people want to get rid of it. I do not. It has saved us thus far in having any rights. So we got to be careful when we start to change things that it doesn't backfire because every action has a reaction. And sometimes we don't think enough ahead to we might make a decision on something and then later we're like, oh crap, that caused this. I wish I wouldn't have done that now. So you got to be very careful when you tread into plays like that. But I think it can be done. We just got to be careful about it. Yeah.
Earl, are you back?
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely
is there
back.
anything you wanted to finish off with there?
I
You got
I view that it was great. He has great policies that he's going to try to implement, as far as like the big letter things. But there's also other stuff from last campaign that he's going to continue to work on, like border immigration, economics, and the Nord pipelines. I think the Nord pipeline is going to come in a little bit with the deal of Russia and Ukraine, due to the fact that Russia still has an open contract with Ukraine for pumping oil across their land, and they get paid $6 billion worth of oil that goes through Ukraine. And so Ukraine gets a cut of that at like 10%. So they get like $600 million, you know, and so that contract is almost up and it's time to renegotiate it. So if you're looking at a strategic moving part to cause two countries to come back together, what better than financial liberty where they can actually move and cause peace to work together with the pipelines that go through there. And then you have the Alaskan pipeline. Canada might escape part of the tariffs if they actually just allow the Alaskan pipelines to come through Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, if I was negotiating with Trump, I know I could eliminate those tariffs very easily by just doing business. He's a businessman. Okay, we'll give you a little bit of this, and then you don't put that on us. You know, like we give you this and you don't do that for us. Like it's a negotiation. He's a businessman. Everything is up for negotiation with Trump. I don't think he wants to destroy the Canadian economy. I don't think that helps America either. So I think that there needs to be some open dialogue and some communication between Trudeau and Trump. And we need to get rid of Trudeau at the end of the day because he's done nothing but make Canada worse. And we need to bring Pierre in, who's very similar to Trump in a lot of his beliefs. Like with Bitcoin, for example, the United States government was actually selling Bitcoin days before the election. They're selling their Bitcoin. Why?
Absolutely.
For what reason? Look at, we talked about this. Look what happened to Germany. Those morons sold Bitcoin when it was at like 40,000. It's at 80,000 now. They were
81,000.
We talked about it. They were being stupid, right? And that was a mistake, clearly.
It did break 81,000. So all-time new high.
Yeah, and
earlier.
it pushed the market down, which was a buying opportunity. And had they held, they would have doubled their money. Well, guess what? Trump has been saying part of his campaign that he's going to make Bitcoin a strategic reserve. And despite that,
as soon as he said that.
As soon as he said that the U.S. government starts selling their Bitcoin. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. Are you really doing everything you can to destroy America? Like, why are you even a part of the American government if you're not doing anything to help Americans? Now, all of a sudden, Trump is the president. He's going to make Bitcoin a strategic reserve. He's not going to sell any Bitcoin, which obviously puts less selling pressure on Bitcoin because people know he's not going to sell $16 billion of Bitcoin. So all of a sudden, Bitcoin's starting to go up again because there isn't all this selling or this perception of selling. In fact, he wants to make Bitcoin the hub of America and America the hub of Bitcoin, meaning more Bitcoin mining, less regulations. He wants to fire Gary Gensler day one, the head of the SEC, who's going after every single Bitcoin-related company and every single Bitcoin exchange, finding them, going after them, doing all these terrible things. He doesn't even understand what Bitcoin is. So it's like all of this stuff is going on, and Trump is trying to do the right thing while America was fighting against him with everything that he wanted to do. Now, all of a sudden, everything he said he wants to do is falling in place, and investors like me and you that want to be financially free, that want to make money, are now making money again. Why do you think the market is so excited? All that money that was on the sidelines, that was waiting for a Republican or Trump or anyone other than Kamala or Biden to be president, is now going back into the markets. Stock market's on fire at all-time highs. Gold's on fire at all-time highs. Bitcoin's on fire at all-time highs. And this is just the start. It hasn't even been a week. Does anyone honestly believe that this would have been the market and this would have been the effect if Kamala had won? Do any of you guys think
Bitcoin has already outperformed gold by 5.4%? You know, and the U.S. government was selling off Bitcoin because you have to look at what Gary Gensler was doing. Even with the ETFs, he was not allowing them just to transition what they were holding over to their strategic reserve for the ETFs. They made them actually purchase new ones. So even the government's going to make them do that. But there were state-seized assets from the Silk Road Initiative. However, Donald Trump has now come out and says he plans to pardon the CEO of Silk Road.
Fantastic.
Right? So if he's going to pardon him, does that mean he gets his assets back?
I don't know. That remains to be seen. It's a great question.
That is a good question.
Now, another thing I heard, which I think is genius, and I didn't even think about, FTX. So apparently FTX investors are going to be getting their crypto back, and they're going to be getting it in Bitcoin. So what FTX has to do is they have to now go and buy $16 billion in Bitcoin. So guess what that does for the price of Bitcoin? It takes the price up because all of a sudden now FTX, who's sitting on $16 billion in cash, has to go and buy $16 billion in Bitcoin to give back to all their customers.
But those people are likely to sell it. So you never know what they're going to do with it. But
Yeah, I mean, they might sell it when they receive it, but the
But
fact
who
that
said
they
there's
have
going to
to
be
buy
in Bitcoin?
16 billion,
Didn't they originally come out and say it's going to be USDT or USDC?
I heard that they were going to be buying Bitcoin. I don't know. I haven't verified this. That's why I'm asking you guys. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. I heard it in a post, but I was like, I didn't even think about that. But if they are buying Bitcoin and giving it to their customers, that's a good thing for Bitcoin when you got $16 billion of buying that's coming in.
Well, I
And
don't think
that
they can
might be the
actually do
reason.
it as Bitcoin without having a secondary connection of wallets. So
Yeah.
I think they actually have to do it as USDC because of it went through bankruptcy court, right?
Yeah.
And so if they're going to be repaying, it's got to come from the US dollar because they filed for bankruptcy through the US Department of Treasury. So I think it actually has to be paid out in USDC.
But what about the people that were holding Bitcoin in their accounts? They probably will get Bitcoin back, wouldn't they?
No, it'd still be USDC and it'd be at the dollar value of whenever FTX actually crashed, not at what the current price is now.
Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't sure about that, but it was a post I saw, and I thought, oh, maybe that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin is going up.
It'd be awesome.
I mean, yeah, I mean, $16 billion in buying is never going to hurt.
Well, you have to look at it. There was $200 billion worth of money pumped into the crypto markets within the first 24 hours of Donald Trump being elected. 1.28 trillion dollars pumped into the U.S. stock exchange in the first 24 hours. So, there's huge moves. The Forex went up as well. So the moment he won, the U.S. went crazy economically, and it's just the beginning.
Yeah, it hasn't been a week. And everybody's making money all of a sudden. I know I've had a monster week. It's been a monster month, especially for my crypto and my stocks, but more for my crypto because I have a lot of crypto now. And man, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait till Monday to trade because I know the stock market's going to explode. I'm probably going to be buying Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs because Bitcoin and Ethereum are exploding. So I'm thinking buy the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. And did you guys hear this stat? BlackRock has invested more money in 10 months in the Bitcoin ETF than it has in the entire history of its gold ETF. Think about
Yep.
that. The gold ETF has
I
been
ha-
around for what, 20 years? The Bitcoin ETF has been around for 10 months, and BlackRock already owns, I think, 2% of all the Bitcoin in the world. BlackRock is already one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world, and it's only been 10 months. Why would BlackRock be buying Bitcoin hand over fist? BlackRock is the number one asset manager in the world with over $13 trillion under management and assets. Why would the richest, most successful asset manager in the world be buying Bitcoin hand over fist if they didn't think it was going to be a massive success?
Yeah.
I have to
Exactly.
say, in some more breaking news, Dogecoin has officially passed USDC
Wow.
in the top ranking. It is now number 6.
Up
It's just flying.
96% on the week.
It's just flying. And I mean, you got Elon Musk, the richest man in the world,
86.
backing the coin, right? And
He made $20 billion his first day. The first day, within 24 hours of Donald Trump being elected, Elon Musk's total profits went up $20 billion.
yeah, because
And
Tesla went
Donald
through the
Trump is
roof.
such a nice man. He officially came out yesterday and told Kamala Harris he would pay her $20 million in debt for her campaign.
I know. I saw that. I was like, wow, that's a true champion right there. Okay, guys, we have 5 minutes left. Everything is going perfect. It doesn't seem like anything can go wrong right now. You guys are all in crypto. I'm in crypto. Our watchers are in crypto. Where do you think we go from here now? Now that we've broken 81,000 for Bitcoin, which we all predicted, and it's come true. We've also predicted that, I predicted we'd hit 100,000. We all predicted Bitcoin would hit 100,000. Now it looks like it's just a matter of time. So I just want to know, what are your guys' predictions for the next little bit in crypto? We got 5 minutes left before we say goodbye. What's your guys'
Well,
predictions? Where do we see
I'll speed
Bitcoin
it up
go
here
from
for you.
here? Go ahead.
You know, we're looking at Bitcoin at all-time highs, right? We're looking at 81,000 essentially dollar Bitcoin. But we're only just now getting to almost breaking $3 trillion in the overall crypto market. At the height of the crypto market during the last bull cycle, we were sitting at $4.2 trillion. We're $1.28 trillion behind that right now. And Bitcoin is already at its all-time high. So if we go up 25% more or 35% more in the overall value of the entire crypto market, on the current trend where we're looking at, we're easily looking at Bitcoin hitting $120,000 this cycle. And that's just if we hit the current numbers of what we were last cycle at 4.4 trillion dollars overall market, because Ethereum is no longer leading the market. It had a nice pump yesterday, a beautiful pump yesterday, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
However, NFTs are dead and they're shit at this moment. And there's nothing leading the Ethereum push besides ETFs, right? So
Yeah.
that's the only thing leading it besides meme coins here and there. Past that, it's garbage with a wrap. But you have to look at the future. We have money sitting on the sideline, $75 trillion sitting on the sidelines from the markets that can be invested into the markets, and it's going to be a great day if it actually happens. But I'm looking at $120,000 of Bitcoin when we reach the $4.4 trillion market cap of the crypto space that we were looking at last bull cycle. And I think we can get there before halfway through next year.
Okay, $120,000 Bitcoin, Earl says, which is another 50% move from here, which is phenomenal because Bitcoin's already up this year like 100%. Nash Cowboy, where do you think we go from here now that Bitcoin has hit 81,000 today, which we all predicted it would? Now, where do we go from here?
I think Bitcoin is definitely well on its way to 120. Probably a lot sooner than we think. I could see it going much higher than that, in my humble opinion. But
How high? How high? I want to know how high do you think it can go?
I think, I mean, at its peak, I think it could reach as high as 400,000.
Wow, 400,000 this cycle
I think at its
in the
peak
next
it
year?
could. That's pushing
Oh,
its major limits. It depends on what happens and what kind of influence it has. Do I think it will? Probably not, but my guess is anywhere between 120 and 100 and 200. But I think it could easily surpass that if the right plays are made, and go way on up there. But
I agree with you.
as you know, I'm more into some other cryptos. Gala, I'm not a financial advisor, but Gala's sitting at like 2 cents right now. I think it's going to at least its all-time high of 86 cents, if not to $1. But even if it did half, even if it only went to 40 cents from 2 cents, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, of course.
Their H bar, I think, is a sleeping giant. There's a lot of massive like meme coins that have come out in the last year. Pepe, Bonk, all of them, all the coins like that. I think there's a lot of money to be made off of. There's one called Goat that I've been looking into lately. It's done very well. There's so much money to be made in this cycle. It's not even funny. It's just a matter of getting your feet wet. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, neither are these guys, but get your feet wet if you're not in crypto and just play around with it a little bit and see what you think. Because you're missing out if you don't. You're just missing out.
Yeah, I think that Bitcoin has been the single greatest investment of our lifetimes. I think it's a mistake to miss it. and Bitcoin is up over 1,000,000,000%. There's nothing that can compete. Real estate, cars, gold, none of it's up over 1,000,000,000%, guys. And I'm going to do this. Okay. So I'm going to show you in the last year what Bitcoin's done. So in the last year, Bitcoin has actually gone up from, at this time last year, it was at 35,000. Now we're at 80. So it's more than doubled in a year. I'm going to say that Bitcoin's going to double again. So I believe if we were at 35,000 last year and we're at 80 now, I think by this time next year, we're at 150. So
Yeah.
I was
Easy.
saying 100, but now that we're already at 81 and that Trump won, and Trump is all about Bitcoin, and he's going to do everything he can to reduce enforcement and make Bitcoin great, I think this is the greatest perfect storm for Bitcoin and investors in Bitcoin in the history of crypto. It's the perfect storm for Bitcoin to be the best it's ever been. We've got institutions buying it, BlackRock's buying it, Fidelity's buying it, banks are buying it, public companies are buying it. I'm hearing stories that Microsoft's going to start buying it and putting it on their balance sheet. Apple, I think it's just a matter of time now that everybody starts buying Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs, putting on their balance sheet because it's a cheat code. Bitcoin's a cheat code. When are you going to realize this, investors? Bitcoin's a cheat code. It's the single greatest way for an average person to become a millionaire. There's only 1 million wallets in the world that can say that they have 1 Bitcoin or more. I'm one of those wallets. And I'm telling you, when there's only 1 million wallets, not people, wallets that can say they have 1 or more Bitcoin, what does that tell you? That tells you that a small percentage of people actually own a lot of Bitcoin. 5% of the world owns crypto. 5%. Bitcoin is growing at the pace of the internet. Last time I looked, everybody has a phone in their hand. It doesn't matter if you're in first world country or third world country. Everybody has a phone, which means everybody has the internet. Everywhere, all over the world, from corner to corner. What's going to happen when everybody has Bitcoin? We're not there yet.
$186,000 Bitcoin next year.
There you go. So Earl is saying 186,000. I'm saying that I believe we're going to see another double because we've seen a double this year. I say we see another double and we're going to see $150,000 Bitcoin. I remember when I thought that 100,000 was a stretch. I'm now at the point where I believe 100,000 is not even a question now. It's just a matter of when, not even if. So let's talk about it. Bitcoin, only 21 million in the whole world for everyone to share. There's almost 8 billion people in the world. It's growing at the pace of the internet, and only 5% of the world owns it. 95% of the world still don't even own any Bitcoin. What's going to happen when everybody decides to own some? Price is going to shoot. What's going to happen when all the biggest banks and governments and countries in the world decide to own it as a strategic reserve? It's going to shoot. It's only a matter of time until this becomes, in my opinion, a $1 million coin. I believe it'll be by 2030. We've been making a lot of predictions. Our predictions have been correct over and over and over again. We've been putting our money where our mouth is because we've been owning it and we've been winning. And I hope you guys are winning too. So we're live now for over an hour. I want to say goodbye to everyone that's watching, but it is the time to celebrate. I hope you're celebrating. And you know I'm celebrating. And you know that Nash and Earl are celebrating. And is there anything else you guys want to say before we say goodbye until next week? We'll start with you, Earl.
I just want to say that Razzleberry Arizona tea is the best iced tea out there, and it's one of my favorites.
I like it too. I like it too.
But past that, it's a great day. It's great to be in great spirits, have a great economy, have a great life, be looking at financial freedom for the next 4 years, potentially, make enough money, get ready, because, now is the time where you should already had your monies into the market. You're looking potentially at another 10 years before we dip down if, somebody doesn't come in and screw it up like Kamala Harris. So stack your bag, stack your bank, stack your investments. This is not financial advice, but get ready for the next downward trend where you can massively invest any free money that you have into something where it will make you exponentially richer in your future. Get ready for your retirement, because there's no guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid, or Social Security will be around. And Social Security is only supplemental income anyway, so it's not a retirement plan. 401ks are garbage. You don't need ETFs. You only need Bitcoin investments and crypto investments or stock investments, and you can do that yourself and take your own due diligence, do your own research, and invest in what you think you like. Don't require it on big government and big people and big organizations and hedge funds to do it for you, when you can make more money on your own and be as wealthy as they are.
Well said. That's King Earl from Alabama and Nash Cowboy in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Gonna be great. Don't be that guy that looks like he just stepped in dog poop and doesn't have a hose pipe to wipe it off. You know, I mean, get your feet wet, make some money, listen to some good people, and let's ride this thing to the end. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It's time to make America great. Now we need to make Canada great. We need to clean our swamp. We need to get rid of Trudeau. We need to bring in Pierre. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump. God bless Dana White, Joe Rogan, Aiden Ross, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, all of which are backing the Trump train. And I'm backing the Trump train. We said it from day one. We wanted Trump. We got it. And look, we've got a bull market in stocks. We've got a bull market in crypto. We got a bull market in gold. This is an everything bull market. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for investors to change their direction of their financial future. It's up to you to protect yourself and your finances. So make sure when you're in the green that you're taking profits, because none of these profits are real until you sell. So make sure you're taking profits along the way. Make sure you're selling along the way. Congratulations to Donald Trump and everyone in America. It is time to celebrate and make America great again.
When is
And not just
Canadian
America.
election day?
It's in a year.
In a year?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Couldn't
In a
come
year,
fast enough. Couldn't come fast enough. for me.
you tell me when it is. I will pay for me and Nash to fly up there, and we'll do a Bull and Bear show on election day for Canada with you in Canada.
I like that.
And we'll make Canada great again with you.
I like that. And I was talking to Nash about this. I need to come down to the States and come celebrate with you guys the fact that America is great again. So at some point, I am going to come down to the States and we're going to come hang out and we'll do a show from the States. And then you guys can come down to Canada and we'll do a show from Canada. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. We'll see you guys next week. For everyone that's watching, we appreciate you guys. If you like these videos, please smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and subscribe. Follow King Earl, follow Nash Cowboy on their socials as well. Follow me on my socials as well for future updates. Remember, everything we talk about is for information and education purposes. These are simply our opinions. Always do your own due diligence. Always do your own research whenever looking to invest in anything we talk about or discuss on the show. And past performance is not always an indication of future results. Just because we've been right that Bitcoin's going to go up doesn't mean it's going to keep going up forever. Doesn't mean it's going to go up to our predictions. These are simply our predictions. Yes, we've been correct, which is fantastic, but things can change. Crazy things can happen. But that's why we're here. We're here to talk about those things and walk you through the process. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not winning, you're probably not watching. We bring the winners, CEO interviews, breaking news, trending topics, engaging shows with great co-hosts, and we bring it to you first. Have yourselves a great week, and happy Remembrance Day for everyone in Canada tomorrow. It is a holiday in Vancouver, but I'll be working, and we'll be all over what's going on in the market. So don't worry, you can catch us tomorrow. We'll be live with our Hot Stock Show, and like I said, we'll be back next week with the Bull and Bear Show. Thank you guys for watching. Nash Cowboy, King Earl, have a great Sunday.
Happy Veterans Day to the
Cheers.
Americans tomorrow.
Oh yes. Which day is it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
It's Veterans Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day to everyone in America. Is it a holiday for you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I guess it is a holiday. So no stock market tomorrow. Or maybe it is open. I don't know. We'll
No,
see.
banks will be closed tomorrow. Banks will be
Banks
closed.
will be closed. So it looks like it is a holiday for everyone in America and Canada tomorrow. So Enjoy your holiday. Happy Veterans Day. I want to give a shout out to all the veterans that risked their lives to make America great. And I want to remember all the veterans in Canada who risked their lives for freedom for Canadians as well. And everyone all over the world. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.